Hello YouTube, Sandman here. So, this isn't going to be a full game review or nothing. I've hit level 26, I think, so I'm not even fully into the end game or anything. This is mainly over, just want to kind of give you guys my experience after playing through the whole story. This game is a hot mess. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say it's garbage or anything like that, but man is it a mess. I don't even know where to begin. We got a lot of the same problems we had back when the Division 1 first launched, with enemies just running at you that you can't take down, so they just get on top of you. The time to kill is great, but you die so fast that it doesn't even matter. It was really a struggle, like, to get through, especially when I hit around level 10 to 15. In the first like 10 levels, you don't even really notice it. Like, it's the game plays really nice, and you might die every now and then, but it's not game stopping where you're like, okay, I can't even do this. Once you get around level 15 to 20, for sure, you got to start matchmaking, because it's just like trying to solo, because y'all know I solo everything. My god, like, it's just nuts. It's nuts. And it's not that the enemies are hard, or that, you know, you can't watch for them to flank you, which they do constantly. Like, you will spend more time shooting enemies who are just running than enemies who are actually firing back at you. It's ridiculous. And it's just a lot of the old tactics from Division 1 that they had taken out eventually, because they didn't work with a game like this. So we have a lot of the same problems. I don't even need to go through them. It's just a lot of the same problems for the first one. But we have a lot of game-breaking glitches in here, too. Like, I just finished the very last mission, and I opened up the node for apparently the entire country, even though there's just one town in this entire game. I don't get that at all. That's my main thing about the storyline. I guess this is a review for the story. The story didn't make any sense. It really didn't make any sense. Like, I literally just spent 3 days straight playing this game just to open up a node to connect all the agents to do what we were already doing. It just didn't make any sense. Like, there was no point in, you know, in the last game you're going after the Aaron dude, and like, you know what your objective is, and like, you're playing through these missions to get to him and all that. It made sense. This story made no sense. It made no sense. It was really like, I don't know. It's a pretty big letdown at the end. Not to mention, I didn't get to see the last cutscene. I don't know what happened, but it was about 10 seconds into the very last cutscene where the president's telling you about how great of a job you did. Spoiler alert. And it just stopped. It just stopped and came out of the cutscene like it was just done. I don't know what the deal was with it, but not good. Not good at all when the very last cutscene, you don't even get to watch that. Matchmaking, horrendous, is absolutely horrendous. Literally, you can sit in matchmaking for like 20 minutes and nobody. And the game's supposed to be fully launched now, so I don't know what the hell is the deal. I guess nobody's playing. You see down in the bottom left, server maintenance. This has been happening constantly, and it's not real. It's not a real server maintenance. Literally, all I gotta do is log out and log back in, and that'll be gone. So I don't know what the deal is with that either. It's just a lot of bug. It's very, very buggy. So I don't want to stretch this out. I'm not trying to, like I said, go into a bunch of details. I just wanted to kind of give my opinion after finishing the story. Here's what I would tell you. If you haven't picked this game up and you're thinking about it, it's not a bad game. Like, they've got a lot of good things put together here. There's a lot of garbage, too. There's a lot of glitchy crap. The enemies are just, like I said, they're really easy to take down, but if they get anywhere close to you, you're fucked. Like, you're totally screwed. There's just no survivability. Even with, like, decently leveled gear. Like, I had missions that were only, like, level 22. I'm level 25 at the time, and I was still getting my ass kicked. And I had all level 25 gear. Like, I don't understand it. And it's not like, oh, you're standing out in the open like an idiot, which I have seen people doing while matchmaking. Some people need to learn this is not Division 1. But if you just, like, here's the thing. You could have level 25 in a 22 mission, you get hit twice and all of your armor's gone. All of it. Like I said, the enemies are just running constantly. So what they'll do is you'll have an enemy you're focused on. He'll start running across the screen. You'll go to aim at him or go to aim at one of his other buddies, and you'll just start getting lit up from a different direction. And then you go to that direction and start trying to fire back, and the guy that was running stops and starts firing at you, and the dude you just started aiming at, he'll start running. It's all like a setup to try and get you in the open. And I guess maybe that's a tactic, but it really doesn't make for very fun gameplay. So the enemies are crap. Maybe getting gear sets and stuff like that will fix it later because we won't die as easy. But playing through the story, and like I said, that's what this is over, it was really not very much fun. Like that's the main point I would make. It just wasn't a lot of fun. It just felt really grindy and just kind of like, all right, do the next mission. All right, do the next mission. Speaking of that, the open world missions, I just started skipping them. Only missions I really did were the main missions and the side missions. That's it. All these little, I'll show you, all these little red things, all these little red, whatever, well, this kind of stuff, I don't even know what these boxes are. These just popped up. I guess that's after you get done with the game. But like your control points and your public announcement things and all, you end up just skipping those when you get around level 10 to 15 because you realize that you're out in the open. The cover system is total garbage. They can still hit you while you're in cover, which is crazy. And you're out in the middle. There's no real areas to like bog down at and try to put up a fight. So like what the enemy will do is they'll just start spawning behind you. And like I said, if you get hit twice, you're dead. And so you got enemies spawning behind you, or they'll try and flank you, and you'll see them coming for the flanks. So you go to move, and then all the enemies, as soon as you're out of cover, will just stop and start blazing on you. And it just doesn't make for very fun gameplay. I'd have to say my main thing about after completing the story is that it just wasn't very much fun. The first like 5 levels or so were okay. They were decent, and I was hyped, and I was back into Division, and it was awesome. Man, that died off real quickly. Not to mention the weapons. There are only a few weapons you're going to use. You're going to find out very quickly that most of the weapons, if you don't have at least like a 40 or hopefully a 60 round mag, it's useless because you'll spend more time reloading than you will taking down enemies, because once you start facing purple bars, they no longer drop as fast as they do in the beginning of the game where you're like, oh my god, they fixed the time to kill. No, they didn't. When you get later on, you find out you got to pump 2-3 magazines into each enemy. Not to mention, let's not even talk about yellow bars. Yellow bars are a freaking joke. You're sitting there banging on these dudes that'll just run up and 2-hit you. Or 1-hit you with the guys with the big sledgehammers that will literally just run up and 1-hit you. And you got to try to run away, but when you come out of cover, his buddies just chop you down. The game is just not very well scaled at all. Not to mention, my last mission, my skills just stopped working. Like, I don't know what was going on, but like I would hit my little turret thing to heal myself, and it would come out, and it would show the little green thing, so I think it's healing me. But my armor bar is not really moving, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll look down at my little counter, and it'll be on like a 10-second countdown, and my skill will just be gone. No reason, I don't know what the deal is with it. It did the same thing with my flying turret and my ground turret. So there's like I said, it's a lot of glitchiness still in this game, a lot of broken shit still in this game. The world itself seems to load just fine, moving around seemed to be okay. I didn't have any real issues with that. But I'd rather have issues with that than have issues with the actual gunfight. Like that's when I need the shit to work right, and it just doesn't a lot of the time, especially in the end game. Like, the end of the story. Like I said, I'm only level 26, so I haven't actually played the end game, I guess you would say, strongholds and all that stuff. To wrap this up, because I just want to, like I said, this isn't a full-out review. I'll do one of those later. I just finished the story, and I just wanted to kind of get off what's in my mind right now. My best suggestion to anyone who hasn't started this game yet, get yourself a clan first. Don't even, I mean, you could start if you want to, but get yourself a clan as fast as possible, because you are going to need them. Like I said, I soloed all but 2 of the missions. The very last one I didn't solo, and then there was another one that was like way back when I was like level 22 that was just insane, and they had like all these guys running at you, and it was just too much. So I had to matchmake for that one. I only matchmade for 2 missions, so I soloed everything else. Yes, it's doable. Like I said, it's just not very much fun at all. And yeah, that's it. That's my main thing that I would tell you. If you haven't started yet, or you're just getting started, get yourself a clan as fast as possible. And you gotta hope you could find people, because like I said, you can matchmake for a fucking hour and just nothing. And it'll say it's matchmaking and all that kind of stuff. And I don't even want to talk about the last mission. I only got 2 guys matchmade in with me. The third one just never came in, so we never had a last guy. And then on top of that, one of my guys, this toe tag guy, just literally sat in cover the entire time. He like never even fired back. And like I tried to boot him, and the other dude was in such a hurry to run out and die that he wouldn't even pay attention to the fact that we were trying to boot this other guy. And it's just, I don't know, it's not real good right now. It's really not very good right now. The game itself has, I mean, here's the thing. When we talk about bad games nowadays, people hear Anthem, and they think, oh shit, it's another Anthem. No, it's nowhere even close. Anthem was garbage from the beginning, and still hasn't been fixed. This game has 1,000 times more potential. There's a lot of good stuff in it. It really needs some smoothing out. Like, bad. Like, really bad. Especially if you're a solo player like I am. My God. I mean, it was really a pain in the ass to get to the end of this game. It wasn't fun. And that's my main thing, guys, is right now the state that this game is in, it is not fun to play. I'm sure that'll be fixed. We went through the exact same thing in Division 1, but damn, are we really going to do it all over again? Like, that just really, it dragged me down quite a bit. And you mix that with a lot of stuff that just doesn't even make sense. Like, you have a mission where you face this other agent, and you're sitting there banging on him for 20 minutes and trying to heal and trying to survive, just to find out that you're just supposed to let him take you down to halfway health, and then he just disappears. Like, there's just weird shit that doesn't make any sense. I have no idea what the point of it was. I'm assuming it has to do with, like, some other side missions, because there are, like, hidden missions all over the map. You'll find these guys down in little basements and shit, and they'll give you little side missions. Also, the bounty system, don't even fuck with it until you're in the end game. Because I tried to go after 2 of those bounties, and I got my ass handed to me. Like, the bounties, they know that they're, like, way overscaled for you, and they will literally just run right up to you and get right on top of you. There is no, like, cover system, playing smart, or none of that works in there. So, like I said, the game's way overscaled. It's got a lot of glitchy crap in it. Skills not working. Missions that don't make sense. The story itself just really had no pull or plan. Like, I just kind of felt like honestly, I had no clue what mission was next half the time. I just looked for whatever blue dot said main mission and was inside of my level, and I just did that one next. And most of them, yeah, they're set up just like Division 1, where you kill a bunch of enemies, go to another room, kill a bunch of enemies, go to another room, and eventually get to a boss. They're all set up, and that's the way these games are supposed to be. But it just, none of the bosses, like, really seemed to be, like, connected, and there's no connection throughout the story. Like I said, it just felt grindy. Like, I'm just going through all these little missions, and for no reason, other than, oh, I want to level up. My entire point of playing through this game, by the time I hit, like, level 15, was, I just want to hit level 30. That's it. Now, I gotta be honest, I'm at level 26, and I don't know what the fuck to do next. Like, I guess knock out the rest of these little side missions, but I don't know. I don't know, because I'm still so weak. Like, it scales. It's not like Division 1 where you have, like, you can stay in, like, certain areas and the enemies will be low leveled, and you can level up and gain gear and all that. The enemies level with you everywhere you go, unless you're playing, like, actual story missions that are below your level. The open world completely scales with you. So, like, if you're behind on gear and you're trying to go out and farm gear, you're pretty much screwed. And so, like I said, my biggest piece of advice would be find a clan as fast as possible, a group of people that are going to play as much as you are, and that way you always have other people to get you up, because you're going to die a lot. I can't tell you how much I died. I literally had to get to the point in my mind where I just accepted the fact that I was going to die constantly. You know, and maybe I'm a little too spoiled from Division 1, but even in the beginning, not even leveled up, just like, you know, your first couple levels in Division 1 were nowhere near as hard as this game is. And a lot of people were complaining and saying, oh, it's too easy and all this shit. I'm telling you right now, these are people that did not make it. They didn't go past like level 10 or so. Because once you get up in the medium to higher levels, everything changes. And it's just a constant like battle to stay alive while you're trying to spend magazine after magazine after magazine on these enemies. So not a lot of fun right now. It needs a lot of work. 1000%, it's got a ton of potential. And I'm in no way saying, oh, I'm not going to play anymore, no bullshit like that. But the game needs a lot of work, especially the story itself, because that's the main thing everybody's playing for the first, what, probably 3 to 6 months? I mean, everybody's going to hit level 30, sure, but all you're doing at that point is maxing gear. That's it. So, like, the real product here that we have is the storyline, and it's just garbage. It just makes no sense. And then when you get to the end and you finally find out what you just spent 20 plus hours playing for, you're like, are you kidding me right now? To set up a node? Really? Like it's just stupid. It's really stupid. And then, like I said, I didn't even get to watch the last cutscene. It just kicked me out of it. I don't know why. I didn't press anything. So, I don't know. Like I said, lots of potential, but damn does it need a lot of work. And I mean a lot of work. So yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. I just wanted to put up a quick opinion. I know people are going to disagree. They always do. But I just finished the story, and my opinion on the end of it, you will have 1,000 times more fun if you have a clan to play with. Do not try and solo it. It's doable. I just did it. But it's going to suck. And you got to accept the fact that you're going to die a lot. So I think that's it. I probably left stuff out. Like I said, this was just the end of story review. I'll do an entire game review once I hit 30 and kind of see the end game and can form like a really educated opinion. Right now, the only opinion I can really give is this is level 26 after you finish the story, you know, and it's not good. So I'm about to get kicked out of the server again. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope this was a little bit informative. I know it wasn't real detailed, but hopefully it helped out somebody with their decision to jump right in or to wait or whatever you want to do. Sandman out.